okay.
Once in a moon, you can be a good boyfriend. So that's how I let it be there.
But how was like the sex life? Was it
Bad.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Hafra. Guys, thank you very much for coming back for a new video. If you're new here, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and if you're already here, you know how we do it. Guys, today I have a special guest.
Hi guys, it's Kenshi here.
Kenshi. And guys, Kenshi, we just like run into each other so many times through like friends parties and all that.
Yeah.
So I was like, girl, you might as well come to my channel and let's like make some content. So here we are. We're gonna be spilling the tea of our dating life. Actually, dating Japanese men. Okay, so if you're interested in that, please sit down, grab a drink, and let's spill some tea, shall we? Wait, Kenshi, how long have you been in Japan?
I've been here for 7 years.
Wow, 7 years,
7
that's
years.
long. Anyway, what has been your experience like dating Japanese men?
Not very fun. I'm gonna say not very fun.
Yeah.
I tried thinking of some positive experience, but unfortunately I don't have
Okay,
any.
what was like the craziest experience you've ever had like dating Japanese men?
First, like, you would get ghosted all the time.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the craziest thing
Yeah.
for me is, like, I was talking to one guy, and I tried using Japanese applications, like
Oh.
Pairs.
You know, I've heard about that app, but I've never, is it good?
I have no idea. Like,
No?
like,
No?
I
Okay.
didn't get good results. Like, I tried to, like, meet and,
Yeah.
date someone good, but, like, I met with a guy, like,
Yeah.
we were chatting, he even called, so usually that's a good thing. It's like
Yeah.
a green flag for me. We talked on the phone, and we were supposed to meet up on a date, so he stopped, like, texting to me 2 days before that.
Before the date?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was just 1 hour away because it was
Yeah.
really close to my area. I was like, are we still doing it?
Yeah.
Like, is this still happening? And I called him,
Yeah.
and he didn't pick me up. So I was ghosted before the date itself. That was like crazy.
I'm
like,
glad you talked about this ghosting part, because when I made a video recently on the reels on my Instagram and TikTok, I talked about like being ghosted as a black woman. And when I say black woman, I'm just talking about like my own experience, okay? And which has been like there's some experience for some other fellow black women that I know of. However, I'm shocked. No, actually, I'm not shocked because like Japanese people like be ghosting even their fellow Japanese people.
Yeah.
But when I talked about it, people were reacting to my video, telling me like, look at these black women in Japan. They're out here like opening their legs, even if they're being ghosted.
it's everywhere, yeah.
Even if they're being ghosted by these Japanese men, they're still like, putting themselves out there to experience the same treatment that, they will never accept this kind of treatment from black men, and they're doing this in Japan. I'm like, bruh, chill. Okay, it's not that deep. I've been ghosted too before.
A lot.
A lot. To be fair, like sometimes I'm like, it's your loss, sir. It's your loss.
It's always their loss.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's always their loss, yeah.
The craziest bit has been like being ghosted.
Yeah, I think that's the craziest one. To
Have
me-
you like actually like dated a Japanese man? Like,
Oh, yes, I've dated.
Yeah.
I had a Japanese boyfriend
Oh,
for
really?
1.5 years.
1.5
1 year it was
years.
long distance, but
Oh, okay.
once in a moon you can be a good boyfriend. So that's how I let it be there.
Wow,
but
that's long.
When
for
I moved,
Japanese.
when I moved to Tokyo, we kind of met more often. But
Yeah.
within a month, I realized that okay, this guy's
So
not putting effort.
You started dating when you were still back home before you moved
Yeah,
here.
I mean, I was in Kyoto. I lived in Kyoto for 5
so
years.
he was
yeah, yeah.
in Tokyo. You were in Kyoto.
He was in Tokyo, I
Yeah.
was in Kyoto.
Okay.
That's how we met, and we've
Yeah.
been like go and like we did something long distance
Yeah.
basically. But it
Oh,
was
okay.
going nice, I guess. That's how it sounded at that point. But
Yeah.
when I moved here and he didn't want to move in with me,
After 1.5 years.
yeah, after 1 year, he told me like he said like, oh yeah, let's move in together, and
Yeah.
twice he broke his promise. Yeah, and then
what
funny
was it?
thing is like
Yeah.
for the last time, like the reason he gave me is like my mom told me, what if you guys break up?
That's suspicious.
What if you guys break up?
His mom told him, what if you guys break up? It's like, now I'm like, you just want to make excuses. Like, if you don't
Yeah.
want to move in,
Just
just
say
say
it.
it.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
need to
yeah,
say,
yeah,
oh
true.
yeah, I'm going to do it and then break
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
don't put people's expectations
Mostly after
on.
being long distance and now like you're moving to the same
Yeah,
city.
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I was like, we can finally. But
if we are long distance and then I'm coming to your city, you better prepare like an extra bed or something for me in your room.
true. Like, that's a red flag.
So he used to come to Kyoto like a lot, like to see you.
Twice
Yeah.
or like once in 2 months, I would come to Tokyo more often because I was
Oh.
job hunting and stuff. But yeah, like I was like, okay, this guy's not really putting any kind of effort into this relationship. And I would
Yeah.
ask him like, are you in this?
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
I was like, no, of course I love you,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. But I realized that he just doesn't do anything, basically.
Wow.
And I gave him an ultimatum, like,
Yeah.
just get your shit figured
Yeah.
out. If this thing doesn't go in 2 months, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say bye to you. But the thing is, like, I really didn't instantly break up with him because I was in a very bad phase of my
Oh.
life. Like, he was the only different person I would see other than my boss.
Yeah.
Because my life was between work, home, work,
oh,
home. It was the
damn.
most very lowest
Yeah.
part of my
Oh,
life
sorry to
mentally.
hear
Yeah.
that. Damn.
Yeah, but just one day I told him,
Yeah.
like, what's the problem? I
Yeah,
can't. And
yeah.
he said, I don't think I love you anymore. I was
Just
like,
out
okay.
of the blue.
I was like, okay,
Wow.
all right, bye-bye. I say it in a fun way, like,
Yeah.
I had an extra washing machine, I
Yeah.
got rid of it and that guy in one day, so.
Period.
Period.
It's like, Moy and I go me bye-bye. He was so useless, he wouldn't even be burnt.
This is a point like go me bye. Wait. But actually, this is a bit personal. But you don't have to answer if you don't want
Yeah,
to.
sure.
But how was like the sex life? Was it?
Bad. They're not good lovers.
Wait, why did you tolerate it for like a year?
As I said,
because you were in
everyone
the-
can be a good boyfriend once in 2 months.
Oh, true.
Once in good months, but since we moved in, it wasn't there. Nothing
Yeah.
was there for 6 months.
Damn.
And he was like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't feel like myself kissing you.
That's weird.
I was like, the fuck? What are we? I'm sorry. Please get out of my house.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like these people, like, I think their culture of even like sexuality is
Yeah.
very different because
Yeah,
to
yeah,
them
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it dies after a point and that's
Yeah.
what they see in their
And they
parents.
feel like it's normal. That's normal for them.
I was like,
Yeah.
no, this is not normal. So there should be something wrong with you.
Yeah.
If you're with someone and if you're not attracted to them, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
There's something maybe medically wrong with
Yeah.
you. I offered that, and
Yeah.
he always makes
Let me-
excuses.
No,
and
it's
da-
not
da.
nothing medical. Like they're out there like going to like what's that?
So plans.
Soapland.
I don't know if he ever went there or not. But it was like,
you can't convince me. Like you've been like active, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm not in the mood anymore. Da 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 da. Then how are you satisfying yourself?
yeah, I was like, can you?
Uh-huh.
Like I had this question, are you working
Yeah,
fine or
yes,
something? Then he said, no, I do work fine.
Oh,
That was the main
Wow.
reason. Like I was like, this is not going anywhere. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're done.
wow. In my experience, like I've had like experience with where like a Japanese person would approach me 100% just a fetish,
Oh, it is
And
there.
when people ask me like, tell me about your dating story, like I've made a story about like dating one Japanese guy at one point, which lasted no more than 90 days, which like that's the longest like I could keep it up. And mind you, that was also long distance. So when you
Once in a moon, they can be a good one.
but let me tell you, like I really like that guy, but he was really committed. Every weekend, like I lived in Nagoya at that time, he would drive like every weekend to come from Shizuoka to come see
That's
me.
commitment. Okay, I'll say.
Yeah, I didn't talk about the part how we broke up because low-key it was really my mistake, and I don't want you guys to be dragging me in the comment section. So like, let's just forget about that part, okay?
Boy, if you don't get.
But I low-key, like, I told this guy, like, look, me, I'm an African woman, so I like my men to be providers, to be protectors. I'm used to, like this kind of treatment. He was like, baby girl, I got you, don't worry about it. And then, like, the first, I think, 2 months, he was cool. Like, we go out to eat, he would pay, he would, like, always plan it. Oh, my God. One thing about no, I wouldn't say Japanese guys. I'll talk about only that one person. I'm not going to, like,
Generalize.
yeah,
That's
one thing
rare
about
case,
that
yeah.
guy, he planned dates. Every weekend he was telling me like, this is what we are gonna do, let's go here, I'll pick you up from your home, and then we go here, we go there. So I really enjoyed that, honestly.
That's very good.
Yeah, but then after like some point I told him like this whole, I think like first red flag was that we went to eat one time, and then he told me like, once in a while you should carry your wallet too and pay. And I was like, you know what, I don't mind paying, but like within 90 days of me just starting to see you, we are still long distance, I'm not pulling out my wallet. Once in a while I might treat you when you're like a good boy, but if you're telling me I should carry my wallet, that's already like, no sir, I'll treat you when I feel like, not when you tell me to. So yeah, that was like, I know to some people this is not a red flag, and I know some of you are gonna drag me, but please understand, everyone is different. We all have our standards. Have your standards. These are my standards, okay?
And you clearly told him
From
what do you expect, yeah.
from the start, like I literally told him, look, a man for me, he has to be able, like, pay when we go out on dates, da 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 da. But he never took me like shopping, like clothes, wow. No. It was only like, he only treated me to food. Of course, like he would pay for his own gas when he drives to come see me. Yeah, but anyway, like for me, it was just like I prefer men who provide. And I feel like for Japanese men, they're used to this whole 50-50 situation. How is like money? Did you ever talk about money? Or you don't mind doing 50-50?
No, I never mind doing 50-50 because
Yeah.
I don't like men thinking that I owe them something just because they paid for 1,000 yen something.
Yeah. Some women are like that.
He did treat me sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
And most of the times, like, we would, like, be in my house, so I would cook and stuff, but we would share most of the things. But the dates I've been with Japanese people, like, after a while, I was like, okay, it's the first date, you're the one who wants to meet me.
Yeah.
You better pay for it, sorry.
Yeah, the first date, right?
Yeah, that's how I
It's crazy.
felt.
Some people even like on the first date they want you to pay.
This is another crazy story.
Yeah.
I met this guy in Kyoto, and he was telling me, oh yeah, I don't know why nobody dates me, and I realized why nobody dates him actually.
What in Japanese?
Yeah, that was one of the most, like, that was one of the worst dates I've been, not gonna lie.
Was that on the first date?
Yeah, like
told you that?
we went somewhere and he said like, I don't want to eat that, but like, can you pay this much? I only brought this much of cash, and I was like, okay. And then the lady came with the money, and she looked at him, and I was the one putting the money there because like I had the bigger cash, like I had 5,000 yen.
Yeah.
He gave me the small one. I just put the 5,000,
Yeah.
and she was still looking at him. It's like, lady, I'm the one paying now.
Yeah, looking at him in the way of thanking him for paying.
Yo, I don't know what's happening. It's like I gave him the money and he put it there. It's like, what's going on? What is this bizarre situation? And then like we went to a different cafe and he was snoozing. And then the worst thing he did is like he picked my phone just to see, like I was checking my resume in Japanese, and sometimes you have to put your address in it or something. He was checking out my address and tried to see how far it is from his place. I was like, fuck no, bye bye.
What?
Never again. I can see why nobody dated him for long. I was like, I can see now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, I think that was the worst date I've.
I feel like people have crazy stories like in Japan here. What advice would you give to people who actually would want to date Japanese men? What
I
advice?
would say like be careful that but then we're something exotic that they would want to try.
Right. True.
Like when I went to Pairs, I wrote in Japanese that this is not something you would want to try. If you just want to try, please fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm not someone you can try just to get a taste of a foreigner. Sorry, no, you can't handle it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can't handle us.
Yeah.
One more thing is like they approach you like they want a free English teacher. Like, can you teach me some English? I was like, no, you better pay for it.
Forget
This is
that.
English
Like, I'll teach me something. They'll be like, can we speak in English? Mind you, they don't even speak shit. They'll be like,
Yeah, I was like-
I want to practice my English, so can we just speak in English? I'm
I was like, excuse me, go to a class or something.
and I'm like, okay, yeah, start, talk. But still, like, they can't even make any sentence in English, but they'll still come to you to say, like, I want to practice my English. Sir, is the English in the room with us?
And
They would put it on their Bumble things.
Yeah.
I'm here to practice my English.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you should go to an English teaching room
Yeah.
and you pay for someone. I'm sorry, we're not here to nurture you to be free language tutor or
Teachers,
something
you
to
know?
you. Sorry,
That's
no,
so funny.
that's not right.
Yeah, but anyways.
And you need to understand that they're not direct. They would ghost you.
Yeah.
And if you don't see them texting back
Yeah.
or putting as much as effort, especially in texting, they're not interested. They will ghost you.
Oh, you know what I don't get is like, for example, even like the Japanese guy you dated for a year and a half. How was like the breakup? Was it like very smooth of like bye bye, like go your way, I'll go my way?
Yeah, that was kind of like we had a talk. He cried, I cried.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days after or something, he was over and was like, you know what? Maybe don't come. Maybe don't come again. Bye bye.
He said that?
No, I told him, it's
okay,
like, you know what? Don't come again. Bye bye. And then he was like, oh, maybe we can stay friends. I was like, nah, bye bye.
It's the stay friends for me after you breaking my heart.
I started resenting him, like the love finished at a
Yeah.
point when I saw that he's not putting any effort and I was not, like I was being harassed at work. It was a very bad situation for me already to be in, and I know having someone to care for me, to understand that we couldn't communicate and there was nothing. Like I would rather spend time with my best friends than him. He would come to my place and just watch MMA videos because he was into MMA and shit. And it's like, what are we doing? Please, don't waste my time.
God.
I would ask him to plan a date. He couldn't think of anything.
What's with guys who can't even plan dates?
That's a red flag, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind planning something, but you need to put the same amount of effort into it.
Yeah.
Like, depends on who you're dating, of course. Like, for me, it's like I want something to be mutual. As much as I'm giving, you should be giving back to me. But, like, planning date, that's like a a basic.
A basic, right? I feel like
It's a basic boyfriend thing.
yeah, for men out there, whoever is watching this video, listen to me. If you can't plan dates, please don't even waste nobody's time. We are out here being like, princesses. We want like princess treatment. How are you gonna give me princess treatment if you can't even do the bare minimum of like, planning a date for me or for us?
Yeah.
How?
This is from my recent breakup. Like the guy told me that, I'm very outgoing, but you like to chill.
Imagine.
And I was like, I'm a very outgoing person.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but why couldn't you plan some date for us, for example, for the past fucking 4 months? I was the one who had to bring up that, hey, we've not been on a date, let's do something. And what we did was like go to a cafe or something.
Yeah.
The audacity. Like you tell me that I'm very outgoing, you're not very outgoing, we're very different. I was like, well, you can't even plan a simple date or a simple gathering with friends. Like, let's go to the nature. Who's stopping you?
Yeah, let's go like for a walk in the park, for example.
Like who's stopping you from planning something? And then you come and tell me this is absurd.
Wow. But anyways, guys, if you've dated a Japanese man before, share your experience down in the comments below. And if you have any ideas, any questions you have for Kenshi here, like let me know in the comment section. I'll bring her back for sure. Okay, and then follow her on her Instagram. Tell them.
And I also got a YouTube.
Oh yeah.
My YouTube is Kenshi Kingami.
Yeah, I'll put
Just
it in
put it there.
Yeah, I'll put it in the
Put my links
captions.
there,
Yeah. Anyway, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on my IG. Okay, and until next time, bye.